It was great to finish out the regular season here at home as far as our home games for the regular season. With a win, thought we threw the ball very, very well. Pitched out of a lot of different jams. We had the second inning. Clayton Schmidt, second, third, one out. Back-to-back strikeouts to get us out of that. In the fifth, Pat Andrews came in. Second, third, one out. Big punch out. And Alex Eubanks in the eighth, first and second. Nobody out, made a great play on a bunt, to keep them at bay there in the eighth inning. So our pitching staff did an outstanding job. And, offensively, we just couldn't get anything going. I thought Charleston Southern ran some really good pitchers out there against us tonight. Andrew Cox had a big two-out single RBI early in the ball game in the second inning, and then Chris Oakey stepped up and, did what he's kind of been doing all year in big spots where we needed him. He drilled a ball to straightaway center field for a double RBI, and then we were fortunate, to pick up the third run on what could have been an inning-ending double play. So we were very, very fortunate. But, we just pitched out of some big jams tonight and thought we threw the ball well. And he defensively played a pretty solid game. Seth Beer made a nice catch to end the inning in the eighth, I believe. So, overall, it was about pitching and defense tonight. And we've just found a way to get it done. So I'm happy for our guys to get a win here in our last regular season game at home.
Coach, have you ever used 8 pitchers in an 8th inning 1-0 game?
No, and the funny thing is I've often said in the middle of the week that I'd like to do it just because it does make it tough on your hitters. It does. I mean, you got a different arm coming out there every single inning. It does make it tough, but I give our guys credit. We mapped it out. We were going to go Clay for 2 innings so we could have him available, and we really had to keep everybody short tonight. So we had to use a number of pitchers to get through the game. We didn't want to extend anybody, and so we got everybody some work, and a lot of guys pitched out of some tough spots, so that was good to see. So, but yeah, it was a little unorthodox. You'd like to have a midweek starter that you can stretch out a little bit, but because of the importance of the weekend at Notre Dame, we just felt like we had to have all our arms fresh and ready to go.
Coach, he actually out-hit you 9-3. It's all about timely hitting, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and it was all about us just pitching out of some tough jams. I think that was the key for us tonight. They were in position to score a number of runs against us, but we pitched out of some tough spots, which was great to see.
Monte, you talk about Notre Dame series. There's a lot of different ways it could go. In your ACC seeding would depend on how this series goes. How do you approach this weekend?
Well, we just got to try to win every single game. We just got to worry about each game. I mean, individually, each game is really, really important. We can't look ahead to the next game. So the decisions that we make have to be based on trying to win that game. And that's going to be tough. But, if that means we got to extend a pitcher to win that game, we will. Even if it means we got to burn him. We're going to do everything we can to win game 1, and then we'll worry about game 2 when we get there because – we can't control what happens around us. We can't control any of that. So the only thing we can worry about is what we do. And, we're fighting for our lives at Notre Dame, and so are they. So we know that we're going to get their best effort. So, we just got to be ready to go.
Coach, obviously we don't know Weston's status at this time, but you ran Green out there at second, and then you put Batson in for him late in the game. Will Green be back out there at second against Notre Dame? And when Wilson does come back, you start Williams at third tonight. Any chance you stick with that? Keep Williams at third, Cox at first?
I would say that Weston, we anticipate. We don't know, because tomorrow, he got popped pretty good in the nose today in pregame, and we don't know how he's going to react. When he wakes up in the morning, how swollen he's going to be. Is his eyes going to be black? What's he going to look like tomorrow? We don't know, yet how he's going to respond. We hope, that he'll be ready to go by Thursday, but we just don't know. We just have to wait and see, how the swelling does and how he feels. But if he can play, if he's ready to go and he can play, we will play him. And we'd obviously like to play him at second base. But again, it just depends on how he feels. We don't know, where we are yet with that. We'll know a little bit more tomorrow, but. If we have to DH him, if we can DH him, we'll DH him. But if he can play second base, if he's cleared to go, we're going to play him at second base.
And then you possibly keep Williams at third and Cox at first, or you've not made that decision yet?
I haven't made that decision yet, but potentially yes. I mean, we look at matchups, a lot in terms of kind of what we do with those guys, in terms of whether we're facing a left-hander or a right-hander, and just try to play the matchup to the best of our ability, along with trying to put what we feel like is, the best lineup on the field and the best defense on the field that we can put out there.
You feeling good about your pitching heading into this week? It seems like in the last week or so you kind of figured a couple things out and there's more consistency. You feel a little bit better heading into this big series?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our guys, if you look, in the last 12 ball games, we've played pretty well. Overall, we've had a nice run here. We've been doing a much better job. Pitching staff's done a great job. The past weekend at Georgia Southern, we made one error on the weekend, and I thought we threw the ball very, very well. The guy that got hit the hardest was Pat Crawl, so that's a good sign. So Pat never gets hit. So I thought we threw the ball really, really well. And we threw the ball well tonight. And the thing that I was so happy about is we pitched out of some tough jams. So that says a lot about your pitching staff, and hopefully that'll build some confidence in our guys. And, when they're in those situations, they feel like they can execute pitches and do it themselves. So that's a great sign. But, tonight I thought our offensive approaches weren't as good as they have been. I thought our offensive approaches over the last 10 games have been excellent. Tonight, we chased a little bit. We didn't square up the fastball quite as good. A lot of fly ball outs. Didn't really make a lot of hard contact tonight, but that's also a testament to Charleston Southern. I thought their pitching staff was really good. I thought they ran a lot of guys out there that could pitch for a lot of people, and I thought they did a good job on the mound tonight.
Do you think you'll go with the same rotation as last week with Barnes, Crawl, and TBA?
I think we're going to go, I know we're going to go. We're going to go Barnes, TBA.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to do going into this series, and obviously, we're going to use Pat Crawl to try to win a series, whether that's out of the bullpen or starting him. So we'll just have to see, kind of how each game goes and how we use Pat, whether we start him or just pitch him out of the pen.
Going into the Georgia Southern series, you said that you were looking forward to breaking out of the ACC schedule a little bit because it allowed you to try some different things. What were some of the things you tried against them, and did you make any discoveries?
I think that the one thing that we did, especially at Georgia Southern, I thought our guys relaxed and just stuck to the process and the approach that we want them to play in as far as their offensive approaches, defensively on the mound. I thought that our guys didn't worry so much about trying to win as much as they did execute a game plan. I thought that was the biggest difference, was we talked so much about, hey, this weekend, we need to just focus on executing, having quality at bats, executing pitches, playing loose on defense, running the bases hard. And I actually thought we played really, really good baseball at Georgia Southern, just worrying about the process, just sticking to just execute. Just be on this pitch and play this pitch and don't worry about anything else. I thought we did a good job of that against Georgia Southern. I thought the team that played at Georgia Southern could win a lot of games. Even though we lost a game, I still thought we played really, really well. So, the team tonight, pitching-wise, that's a great outing for us. To scatter 9 hits and only give up 2 runs, that means our defense played pretty good behind them, and we pitched out of some jams. So, overall, I feel really good going into this Notre Dame series, just based on the fact that we've thrown the ball very well over the last several games. Defensively, we seem to be getting better. Offensively, we've shown that we have good offensive approaches. We just got to put it all together, again, against a really good club that's going to be ready to go. They're fighting for their lives, too. So, we got a tough task ahead of us, but I feel good about our club going into this series.
With the last game of the regular season here, can you kind of reflect on your expectations at the beginning of the season and how that compares to your expectations now?
Well, that's a good question. My expectations always is just to try to play the best baseball we can each day. And our focus has always been, we don't try to make one game bigger than the next, one series bigger than another one. We just worry about trying to play good baseball. The culture that I'm trying to create within this program is just to play good baseball, play good, sound, fundamental baseball, compete every single pitch. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just focus on making the next play, making the next pitch, attacking the next pitch at the plate, just doing everything you can to focus on the next pitch and get the most out of each pitch. That's all we're trying to do. And our guys have done a good job of being consistent with their mindset. You look at our team, and we've had games where we've won in walk-off fashion time and time again. That's a testament to our guys just sticking to the process and competing every single pitch. We've had games where we've been, beat slam to death, and we come back the next day and win. That tells you that our team buys into, you know what, we didn't play well today, it didn't work out, let's move on from it, forget about it, let's get ready for the next day. So the resiliency of our ball club, the fact that they've stuck to the plan and competed every pitch and focused on the process, I think says a lot about them as a team. And if you look at what we've accomplished with our home record, I don't know what it is in comparison to other years, but I know we played really good at home this year. So I'm very, very proud of what we accomplished up to this point, but we all know the most important part of the year is coming in front of us now. So we need to finish strong on the road and put ourselves in a good position going into the ACC tournament. And try to make the best run we can in the postseason, because there's no guarantees we're in the postseason right now. You know, I know you look at the RPI and we're sitting in really good shape, but you know, I want us to make sure that we put our stamp on that resume, and when the NCAA selection committee's looking at it, it's a no-brainer for Clemson. And you know, I know that hosting is not out of the realm of possibility. I don't make those decisions. We can't control that. We're just going to control how we play. So that's all I want our guys worrying about, is just doing everything we can to win each ball game, play our best baseball, and you know, get everything rolling in the right direction going into the postseason.